Hello everyone, welcome to Crypto Slash, a YouTube channel that educates you in your crypto journey. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do not forget to subscribe. Over the past few months, although the crypto market has been on a roller coaster ride, the Pegaxy team has been very active with a bunch of updates including lobby selection, genetic fusing, etc. The key question in everyone's mind right now is what's the best strategy with these set of upgrades? In this video, I will walk you through what are the best meta Pegas out there and how to best strategize energy usage based on over 75,000 races data points gathered over the past 2 weeks. First, let's try to figure out how lobby selection options work. The only info available on this is that every week each type of stadium will repeat itself at least 5 times. So I went on to record the options over a 15-day period. And this is how it looks like. It looks like there are instances when the 5 times repetition rule was not followed. But maybe the team meant fixed week time frames instead of moving time frames. And we can also note that the largest gap between a stadium type being repeated was 3 days, which only occurred once in this 15-day period. So let's assume that you hold a Pega that does really well in wind stadiums and performs poorly in others. How would you play this day to day? There are two options. First, you can use your 25 energy every day, effectively only winning when wind is an option, while wasting your energy when it isn't. Second is, you could save your energy when wind is not an option. Then if it recurs the next day, then you could use all that energy. But this option only works when the gap is 1 day. Based on the 15-day track record, the utilization rates of meta Pegas would definitely be less than 100%, given that there are gaps exceeding 1 day period. Now, what if a Pega could perform really well in 2 stadium types? Then the largest gap between recurrences reduces to 1 day from this data. Which means if you optimize your energy on days when there is a gap, then you can utilize 100% of your energy effectively. And this is exactly what we will deep dive in the next 5 minutes. Now let us move on to the main chapter, Meta Pega Stats. Let's start with Wind Stadium. Let me explain this a bit. What I did was I extracted race and Pega data, categorized Pegas into stat buckets, and analyzed their performance in a specific stadium type, in this case wind, and sorted the top performing combinations. It appears that a Pega with high speed, wind and fire stats and low strength and light stats would perform very well in a wind stadium. In the case of a fire stadium, a Pega with high speed and fire stats and low strength and wind stats performs really well. Similarly, in the case of a water stadium, a Pega with high speed and water stats and low strength and fire stats performs the best. And in the case of a lightning stadium, a Pega with high speed and lightning stats and low strength and water stats performs the best. In summary, across all stadium types, speed is a very important attribute for a Pega, while strength is something you always want to minimize. And the matching attribute remains very important, while in each stadium type there is a neighboring attribute that remains detrimental. Now let's move on and answer our final question. What kind of Pegas perform really well in 2 stadium types? So I did a similar exercise to identify all the categories of Pegas that have a win rate of greater than 40% in at least 2 stadium types. It looks like there are 2 meta Pegas of that nature. First type is where a Pega that is high in speed, fire and lightning and low in others perform well in both fire and lightning stadiums. Second type is where a Pega that is high in speed, water and wind and low in the rest performs really well in both water and wind stadiums. Over the past week, I have tested out both these combinations and this finding holds to be true. So at least my strategy is to build stables within these 2 types to ensure maximum win rates despite having rotating lobbies. That's it for today from a content perspective. But before we log off, I am recruiting some scholars for my new scholarship program where I would be lending these meta Pegas to race while sharing tips and tricks on the game on a continuous basis. If you want to participate, please like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to fill out the scholarship form below in the description. Thank you everyone. Hope you enjoyed the content. Goodbye.